You're listening to the Para House Entertainment Network. Come join us as we take you deep into the fire to the paranormal realms of hauntings, UFOs, ETs, alien abductions, strange creatures, and the vastness of universal consciousness as we continue to seek what is not supposed to exist as we search for the truth that only comes from going into the fire. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Into the Fire. It's a wonderful Sunday night. I hope you had a blessed weekend. It's into the sweatshops tomorrow for most people. But before we do that, we're going to take you deep, deep, deep into the fire. And we're just kind of tonight, we have been so darn busy and covered up with novice hunts and everything else at the hall. We're just going to sit back, relax, and take it to our chat room, answer questions, just have an all-out talk. But first of all, we want to welcome our co-hosts with the most. That will be Tonya and Billy. Hello, guys. How you doing? Did you recover from last night?
I'm still recovering.
Yep. It's been a nice, lazy Sunday.
I think we just got out of our PJs like 20 minutes ago.
Well, it's like for me when I woke up this morning and I looked at the clock and I went, "Are you kidding me? It's 12 o'clock or 12:30," and I'm like going, "No way! I never sleep that late."
Right.
But guess what happened? It went there.
Yeah.
Considering we didn't get home till after 4 a.m.
Yes, exactly. I feel for you. Luckily, I don't live that far, but hey, and how was the drive home? Did you see anything weird?
I know she had the heat on, and I felt like my face was melting off by the time we got home.
I was some patches of fog yesterday on the way home, and well, it was either that or frost. I don't know what it was, but
we saw some of that ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kept on looking at it. I'm like going, "No, I'm not seeing that. I don't even want to pay attention to that."
Mm-hmm.
Great, give me a towel. Okay, I'm done for tonight. Yeah, it was a great night. We've got to thank so many people, folks. We are so blessed.
Sorry.
Oh, that's great. All we want to do is say hi and talk.
Oh, they're playing.
Oh.
Hey, ma'am. No, ma'am.
And welcome to tonight's guest, the Pugs. Hey, it's like Elijah is sitting out of the door out here going.
Uh-huh.
And
these have been sleeping all day long until now.
We can close the door, but they'll beat it down.
I'll just knock the door down. Elijah does that. I got it shut, but eventually when he wants in, he's going to just plow in here. So, but it's cute, and we love them so much, and they love us. And it's just that when we do the kind of stuff we do, our animals suffer because they don't get to see us. Just like the rest of the family. But one of the great things about it is we get to see wonderful people in our family, and there's so many people that I got to thank. As we go through these novice hunts, and Night Stalkers used to do them all the time by ourselves, and those 5 and 10, back to backs and all that, and it just got really tough on us. And as we go through a lot of things as we get older, and the illness comes in and everything else, we're missing our other brother in arms, Melvin. He would have been up there tonight. He, had that accident with that appendicitis. we'll just shorten it and go somewhere else. But I talked to him the other day. I saw him a few during the Dave and Jenny outing. He came up and he looked really bad, but he sounded so much better this week. And Melvin, we love you. I know that everyone who is associated with Night Soccer or who have met you or have, when we've been blessed to meet so many people, they all care so much about you. We're sending up prayers continually for you. Get better, buddy. Just relax and come back to us so we can get you back in the hall and have some great times so you can do what you love to do. Melvin is just a great spiritual guy and part of the family, and we miss you. The next thing I want to talk about is all the other great people who have pitched in so much to help out and do things at the hall. Friday night, Chanel was there. Her group, the Elite Vixens, ran the novice hunt. I got to spend a small time with them. They're great people, and people enjoyed having them, and they had a lot of interesting things. I've seen some odd pictures that's come out, everything else, and I'm being sent pictures all the time. So if you have pictures, and Chanel, if you're in there tonight, and you made a group picture, please send them so I can post them. One of the things about it is it's tough for us to post a lot of stuff when we're doing a million things, and I've been real bad about that on Facebook, but it's been my last concern to do that. One great thing that I found out today is when I was scheduling the show is that now they will allow us to have Facebook will allow us to have an event and post an event 7 days before our broadcast. So I can go ahead and schedule 2 or 3 of them out, and we could, that will be up there and everybody will know about it. We don't have to do the things that we do currently, which will be a lot better. So I'm still looking at going to possibly Rumble also so that we can talk about a little bit different sort of things, but we'll see how that goes. So Chanel, thank you, and thank your whole group for coming up and doing it. Brendan,
really appreciate that.
Brendan Versity, thank you for coming up there and also spending your time up there. If I'm missing anybody else, Billy and Tonya, speak in.
Thank you.
Yep. Vicki Norris, my gosh, thank you so much, dear. Vicki got some strange pictures. I have got to show you that. She sent me some pictures last evening, and she was there with us last night. If you want to see something, it's the Reflections of the Paranormal, and that is her Facebook page. Go to it, like it. You're going to see some great things. Chanel's is also Elite Vixens Paranormal.com. It would be a great place to go see what keep up with them and do it. They're a great team. Todd and Leanne Eskew, thank you so much. We appreciate you, and we appreciate you being there doing the things that you did last night and helping us. And we look forward to you being coming back up there and doing some more.
I hope they didn't suffer any frostbite.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They're running people out to the barns and out to the cemeteries and everything else. And we just can't thank you enough for all your help. And it means a lot to us because we consider so many people, friends, family, and everything. They do it for us. They do it for Octagon Hall. And it is much appreciated, very much appreciated. Christy Moore Hughes, thank you, darling. You were there last night. You surprised me with a beautiful birthday gift, a wonderful blanket that was, actually a quilt. And it had the most magnificent bear and a cub on it, and beautiful, just outrageous workmanship on it. The color was fantastic. Did you guys love that? Kind of looked native at the same time. It was just awesome.
Did you see how I folded it up?
Yeah, folded up into the flag. It was wonderful. And she also is Christy is multi-talented. She makes a wonderful one. She blessed me with another one last night. A chocolate. What do we call those? I can't. I'm sorry, but I'm holding something else in my hand, thinking about something. But a chocolate cobbler, fantastic. Thank you. She's also making these now, as he makes an appearance on here. This is milk chocolate thing, so you can go to, if you'd like these to be made for you. She's making these now, and she said it wasn't going to be very expensive. She's also doing some other stuff. If you're into the alien stuff, look at this. We've got some talented people out here.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. And, we all come together, and it's so wonderful. Now we got to go to Frankie Lynn.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. Frankie Lynn. My gosh.
I think my favorite area last night was in the dining room, because that's where all of Frankie Lynn's sweeties
she made some
were laid out.
Awesome monster mud people, mud truffles or whatever, and then she made an Oreo type monster truffle. Just great. She had chocolate covered pretzels that looked like there were pumpkins juice all over them, so it was really good. Just fantastic.
They made her wait in those.
Oh yeah, they were just fantastic.
Yes, they were.
These people just bring it. They're open into their hearts. They bring all their stuff out. It's just tremendous. And I I'm sorry, folks, we're spending a little time talking about it, but I think it's very important to me to acknowledge these fantastic people that Tonya, Billy, that we have met through our days, and they continue to come forth. They're just wonderful people looking to help humanity, looking to do beautiful things, and it is just awesome, to do that. Frankie also made me that beautiful painting for my birthday. It was just fantastic. Lighthouse lights up with a Virgo constellation in it. She also made something similar to Abba painted a different lighthouse scene and everything else for Serenity Jenny, whose also birthday is in September and is a Virgo. And just, amazing. And then she brings some earrings up and puts it for sale for $10 a piece at the Octagon Hall to donate to the hall. People, we love that. We love that. And then we've got these two right here, Tonya and Billy, go out of their way to do anything and everything for Octagon Hall, for us, and they're part of the family. They're beautiful people. Tonya made some brand new mugs for Octagon Hall, on Octagon Hall on one side, and then on the back side it says 2022 I survived the hall, and it's got a picture of the hall and our little logo with a shadow figure over the hall. Very cool. They're available at the hall now for $10. So look at that. And also Billy Wilkerson, got to mention you, brother. Thank you. You brought out some ground penetrating radar. You were studying some new stuff. We're finding out some new stuff. And also, folks, if you have never been with Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, all of our novice tents are all sold out. And, but if you're coming this week and Friday and Saturday, you're going to see Whiskey Tango Foxtrot. You're going to be able to be with Billy Wilkerson and his team on both nights. And man, you're going to have a blast. They are just super people, and you're going to love them. And Billy does his way all the time. He's always up there helping with something. And we appreciate that so much and love you too, brother. So continue the way. There are so many people out there. We put a new sign up outside. If you haven't seen it, it's gorgeous. It's a lot different. So hopefully people will see it. We're planning on putting some lights on it and hanging it out there. So you'll be able to enjoy that. And we have to thank our good friend Miranda Young, because she gave us the artwork for that sign and let us use it. And we are so happy about that.
And people can actually get a print of that sign.
Yes.
On Miranda's information.
Yep, on Miranda's information. And you know, we need to have Miranda and Dr. Chris Summers before the Halloween, and we'll probably have Billy Wilkerson and a few other things. There's a lot of good things going on, but I just wanted to take time to thank the people that we don't really get a chance to thank. And if I missed you, it's not because I think less of you or anything else. It's just because this old man's tired, and I'm trying to do the best I can do. And
there's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on, and we thank you so much for tuning in into the fire, all of our loyal listeners and so forth. You got anybody anything you want to say about it? And we got on with the show.
Yeah, real quick, I want to say thank you to all of those that did buy tickets to this weekend's events, and
the whole month. Yeah.
It all goes to the hall.
Yeah. Sold out like
repairs.
Like that. I've had so many people asking about a new novice hunt. We opened up the 21st. We had a cancellation on a Friday. Proof After came to the rescue and said, hey, we'll do a novice hunt. So on October 21st, Proof After is going to be coming in and helping out, and they've helped out with the other events. They've left their wonderful four-wheeler up there so we could use it. They help clean the hall up. They cut trees. They do all kinds of great stuff. And thank you. Thank you so much. One more I forgot. Yacinda Travis. Darling, thank you so much for the things that you do out there, cleaning the hall, doing that kind of stuff. And you did a wonderful thing. And if anybody knows Yacinda, please send her a message and say, tell me what happened to you at the hall on Thursday. I don't want to steal her thunder, but let me tell you something. She had an experience that she won't forget. And so, the hall can lay those on you. But yeah, and just a wonderful thing. So we also have talking about Proof After. That sold out the same day that went up. And then I've had so many people wanting to do another one. And we had booked one for February 18th when the soldiers are normally out there. I'm going to wait to post it and let it go active on the Octagon Hall Museum website, but I'm giving you a full warning that it will probably go on November 1st, and it's for February 18th, and that's the time when the Union and the Confederacy soldiers were all at the hall. And ask these two, if you've never hunted the hall during that period of time, you may want to make that novice hunt.
Right.
And so that will be on Saturday, February 18th. And our good friends from Proof After are going to be doing that. And if we can make it up there, you may see our smiling faces sitting there too for a little bit, saying hello to everybody that bought a ticket as a donation to Octagon Hall. We love you all. Thank you for your support. All right. Anybody else? Anything else going on? Now we're going to hit the drum roll, please, and bring the chat room in. Who's in the chat room tonight?
We got Frankie Lynn. Melvin's in the house.
Hey, Frankie. Hey, Melvin. All the people that I mentioned. That is awesome.
Mama Bear.
I'm Mama Bear. Haven't seen much of you lately. What are you doing?
Mary's in there. Beth Allen.
Hi, Beth. Hello. Anara's
Vicki Norris.
Yep. Vicki Norris.
Ada Cox is in the house.
Yep. Hey, Pam. How you doing? CC, Collective Consciousness member. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bless you, darling. Watching some of your posts. I'm sorry that I haven't been able to be very active on the CC message board, though we have, but it's great to be able to get that. There's Tara Clary. Sorry we missed you last night. I can't wait to have you up there. Yes, let's go Rumble. Yeah, I'm all about that.
Got Hannah Lewis.
Hello, Anna. How you doing?
Brandon Bessie.
Have you here? Excellent. We've got all kinds of fantastic. There's Ada. Hi, Ada. How you doing? I don't know if you're holding down. You're up there in West Virginia, and
Christina Hughes.
Yep, that's it. Excellent, man. So tonight is just kind of be a celebration of life, if you will. We're going to try to answer as many questions as we can. If you guys want to ask us questions or talk, because there's so much that we're in a period of time when we talk about family, we talk about all this stuff, and it's so important right now. The world is changing. People can say whatever they want, they don't believe it, but let me tell you that things are going wrong and are changing, and they're going to change dramatically, and I think a lot of people are going to be shocked when they do. And hopefully we'll all be here to help you understand some of the things that are going on. CC, Connecting Consciousness, great group. It is go to Collective Consciousness, or you can get to it from Simon Park's website. It's free to join. If you are a light worker, I'll talk about light workers here a little bit later. Because a lot of people I don't think they understand what it is and all the different kinds of groups and everything else, but there is so much coming down. The alien connection, my gosh, be prepared, folks. If you don't believe in ET and other things in this world, bet you $1 a donut you will in a little while. But if anybody has any questions or any comments, post them on there. And if you've got something and you'd like to say to it, I think Billy and Tonya have the link to the show, so we'll go ahead and let you just message them. They will send you a private link or put the link out there, and we'll put you on for a little bit to talk to you. You can ask your question, and we'll talk to you and do a little bit of that. Does that sound good for everybody out there? You up for that, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm copying it right now.
Okay, awesome. And what else we can do? I was talking about light work.
Candace.
Hey, Candace, my gosh.
Yeah, she just popped in.
Holy moly. It must be October. It's wonderful to have all you here. Oh, by the way, if anybody sees Nancy White, she's got a few pictures that she took when she was down here that I would love to get a picture of, because she has an awesome photo that everybody's been talking about, of a lady standing at the front of the building up on the porch. I mean, up on the front stairs, those big stairs going into the hall. And anybody that knows hall lore, it looks like to be a very small child, like a toddler, a mid-sized girl in her early teens, and another lady standing on the front porch. And ding, 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 bonus points if anybody can tell me who they think that may be. So, but we would love to see a picture of it. I did not get to see it. I've had so many people talk about the wonderful picture she had. And look, folks, if you're up there visiting or anything else, we would love you to just shoot us a thing. You can send it to Octagon Hall Museum at gmail.com, or you can do it on Facebook. We really love to see the stuff that you catch. We don't normally get a chance to do it, and because we're tied up and busy, but when you do it that way, we get an opportunity to look at it, and then we share it on things. And of course, you'll get all the credit for it. We'll just say, hey, this was caught by so-and-so at the hall. And it helps the hall out. It will help others out. And it just verifies of what Octagon Hall is and how magical it is. So,
and there's so many people that's got so much amazing stuff out of there.
Right.
You never know what you're going to get.
Right.
Yep. Yep. I know. You never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get. And but yesterday I got a blanket. I got some of these wonderful Bigfoots. Great Bigfoot. Yeah, it's just it's an awesome thing. You got anybody that's taking up a challenge to ask us a question yet? Anything that you guys want to talk about?
I had a very good time this weekend.
I did too.
And
I did too.
I think I really enjoy watching everybody else have experiences and things like that.
You and me both.
Especially all the new ones that come through, and they've never had that before.
Right. And then it comes over them, and some people don't care for it too.
Yeah. Well, and some of the direct answers that we got this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were fast and they were direct and accurate.
Mm-hmm. Right on the money.
Yes.
Excuse me, I can't bite a Bigfoot head off without eating the whole Bigfoot. Can't wait for Bigfoot. But go ahead and talk while I'm eating.
Bet you can't eat just one.
Yeah, I'm going to do it. After what Frankie Lynn put us through last night.
Oh, man, those were so good.
Yeah, they were delicious. They were fantastic.
I actually snuck out of a session down from the basement at one point last night.
We heard.
Made my way back to the dining room and snagged another one.
We were downstairs and we heard him walking across the thing, and he goes, he's going to get more candy. I said, I know.
I was still chewing on the way back down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It is, Tawana Bear says she believes that it was Lizzie, Elizabeth Akers Caldwell, Mary Elizabeth, and AJ. Haven't seen it yet, but I kind of lean in that way too. So,
yep. Yeah, and Frankie Lynn got escorted by one to her car.
Yeah. Oh, and I got to ask you something. Yes, you did get escorted via Tom. And I'm not too sure if he held the barn door open for you either. Frankie likes to pick up these ghost guys. I mean,
I know.
The soldiers really like Frankie and everything else. And he does sometimes. There's all kinds of different Toms. There was a Tom there that wasn't too nice. He's no longer there, basically. But the other Toms are taking his place and really having an enjoyable time. So come up to the hall, meet Tom, meet all the characters, because as we always say, and as long as we've been there, sometimes there's a busload of people that come by. They're like taking a vacation. They move from location to location, and they show up at the hall, offload the bus. They're there a week or two, and then they're gone. And plus, there's so many other spirits in the house, and I can't tell people enough. People think, oh, well, it's the Caldwells here. You got
Mm-hmm.
a little girl that got burnt. So you got like 3 spirits in the house? Ooh. Not really.
A lot more.
Yeah, a lot more. But it's a great place to visit. It's got a lot of history. It's got a lot of tragedy to it. But yeah, so
I got one from Christy Moore Hughes. She said, "What did you see when you said, I don't know what that was when you were looking in my direction in the winter kitchen bear?"
It was a thing that was kind of coming out of the wall. It was more of a, really wasn't a shadow, but it was like it was a darker cloud that was kind of moving like this. I've seen them in the basement before. Darker kind of energy. If you're in the hallway, and some of the people and some of the investigators that have been there before, you can sit in the hallway and you can put an investigator on each side of the hallway. And when you see this dark mist, this shadow figure walk by, it's not even a shadow figure, it's a misty type of thing. I think you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And if it comes down by you, you feel cold, you feel very odd. But if you're looking for the other investigator across from you, you can't see him. That thing is that thick, that dark, that you can't see the other person that's sitting 3 feet away from you. And that was kind of over you. I know it made you feel uncomfortable and everything else. And I'm glad that you were able to come outside and still feel good. And I hope that you're feeling great today and you're well rested. And again, if you weren't on the show earlier, thank you so much for everything that you did. We've been showing your aliens or Bigfoots, and we talked about that wonderful blanket and also that wonderful chocolate.
Which he's still trying to swallow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we got Chanel on here too, and she was talking about when she went to her car and the child spirit banged on the side of her car and ran Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Had to reiterate to him he was not coming home with me.
Yes, yeah. And that's probably why he punched your car, because he was like, "What do you mean I'm not coming home with you?"
Yep.
I just want to take a little ride. You seem to be a cool person. And it's really funny because some people,
she does work with children.
Yeah.
Yes, I know. Yeah. And it is amazing how people always come to the hall and late in the night or first thing in the morning, they're starting to talk about it and they want to know, can spirits come home with you?
Mm-hmm.
And we always go, yeah. And their eyeballs about pop
and sometimes people actually drop them off.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. There are things that follow about they do get it. I just saw Christy Smith-Siebert come in, and I haven't seen you in a while. We have been working hard and everything else. It's wonderful to have you here tonight. I know you guys have been busy. I know you're going to all kinds of stuff, and you're talking about the Basilica right now. And just say, hey, happy Halloweeny. It's the time of the season that it gets weird, the veil thins, and it's been happening a lot at the hall. So it is an awesome time. So
we had the harvest moon this weekend.
Oh, that thing was huge.
Oh man, it was great. It was came right over the hall full. I know that Todd and Leanne got some great pictures of it. You guys got a few pictures of it. I didn't get a chance to take the picture of that, but while I was up there this afternoon letting the team in, the sun just kind of set in just a wonderful way on the hall. I took some pictures of that. And it is just a beautiful thing. And Vicki says, it was beautiful. And the Ottingen Hall is a beautiful place. If you haven't been there, please just come look at the building, tour it. If you don't believe in ghosts, great. It's a great history place. And I'm sure that they will change your mind. I'm checking out the haunted Old West Towns tomorrow at Los. I can't even think. I can't even read it, let alone say it, because my eyeballs are not focusing right. I think I'm overdosed on sugar from Frankie Lynn.
Poor Mama Bear.
Yeah, let me tell you something, man. Them things were awesome. Holy!
I know.
I mean, if I do a whole show on those blood monsters or whatever the heck she called them, truffles, whoa, man, those were awesome.
Oh yeah.
But everybody, we love to have fun. We do so many things for other people and everything else, and that's what it's supposed to be about. We love sharing our times. We also love to help people. That's what we're all here for. I hope that you all understand that. As all this stuff goes, send your energy and light out to people in need. If you are, then possibly you're a light worker. And I might talk about that here in a minute or two, but I'm still looking for someone to say, hey, on the show, come on out. You got a question? You got anything that you would like to mention? Anything that you would like to say or talk about? Let it out right now. Proof after. Oh, Brandon's in the house. How you doing, brother? And we talked about your event that's coming up here on the 21st, which sold out after one day. And we also are talking about the Confederate soldiers and all that stuff coming up on February 18th in 2023, the first novice hunt of the year there. And that will be coming up, and we'll be putting that out, posting it so you can get your tickets on November 1st after we get done with Halloween and some of the other stuff that's going on that month. So thank you for joining us. And we thank you also for all the efforts that you and your wonderful lady do up at the hall, and helping us clear that place out, making it look nice, making it be safe for everybody else. So thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Said super excited about both nights.
Well, I don't know what's going on with the Veil, but it seems like this year the weather, we're going back to the older type of deals, and I kind of thought that was going to be happening anyway. The trees are turning already. Last year, I think they were going to wait in November until that. The weather has been perfect for ghost hunts. The sky has been beautiful to see all kinds of weird stuff. Octagon Hall is a place, if you've ever seen the seasons in Octagon Hall, man, it makes you just think of what great stuff that you're fortunate enough to be able to see on this earth. We are blessed to be able to see that and to be able to do that. So Brandon says, I think the Veil has been thinning for a while now. I think it started in mid-September, which is unusual. Mm-hmm. And it does go through the first week of November. So if you're there, it always goes into November a little bit. Who knows what's going to go up there? Mike Walker, how you doing, buddy? And if you would like to, Mike, I would love to have you on this show and talk to you. I'm just so busy. If you would just send us a Facebook message so that we can set up a time with you and just talk away. There's another man that does a lot of things for a lot of other people. And he's just a super guy. And we'd love to have you on and talk about some of the stuff that you're doing. And we thank you for tuning in tonight. Frankie Lynn says, I wish my tummy would.
Talking about the veil thinning.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, jump into a med bed. It'll be cool.
Now, earlier, Chanel said that they were talking with George from Hopkinsville and a David from Virginia Friday night. George was a Confederate soldier and Dave was a Union soldier who was flirting with one of our newest vixens, Emily.
Yes. Yes. And I don't know if I don't know who I told, but I said that Emily would probably get a little bit of attention because she's new. And some of those soldier boys do like to flirt a little bit. Everything else, because most of them were young, and they did. The way the Union soldiers were sometimes a little bit more aggressive, especially here to Southern women and Confederate sympathizers. They did some horrendous things, but that's when you bring a bunch of young men together and they're led by a maniac like the redheaded demon, General Burbage. You can see what happens, So
Chanel said she did. She handled it well for being her first investigation.
Excellent.
And Proof Actor says very blessed to be a part of such a great family. We're blessed to have them too.
Yeah, exactly. We're all family. We all do what we can for others, and we're all here to help, and we're here to do anything. And the family thing goes way deeper than Ottingen Hall or anything else. It's a spiritual type of thing, and we are accepting applications all the time. So let us touch you in a way that you'll never forget. We are blessed to meet some wonderful people, and I know that they will all work out to do other great things with each other. And like I said, thank gosh for our CC families too. We are looking, and I'm looking for doing some big things, and I hope that we can announce that soon. But it all depends on what's going on around us and what we do with it. Things are changing, folks. Do not go to fear. Fear is a frequency killer. It's a low frequency. It is a terrible thing. Do not live in fear. Raise your frequencies and live above that. It's an amazing thing. You can get out of all the things, but fear will hold you back most of changing anything about it, as we do. So, Brandon, sometimes you are an ass. Fear, drink beer. Yeah, I got you. What do you do with the people that have had serious problems with that, Brandon? We're here to help people, brother.
Now, Chanel, where did you talk to David that was 15 years old? Was he in the house or was he outside? In the parlor.
And what was his name again?
David.
Confederate, correct, or Union?
Let's see. I know they said that he was 15 and he liked blondes. But he was also with them in the attic.
Well, it's very unusual.
Virginia originally. Union. She said Union.
Okay, well, there was a guy that was Thursday when Yesenda was there. I talked about Yesenda's deal. She was standing outside of the basement on the outside door. She was cleaning up underneath of the porch there in our little storage building or storage room there. There's the Nomi.
That's for Christy.
There you go.
She's wanting to know where he was.
Yes. And it's just amazing, her story. She was standing there doing some stuff. She turned around and there was a guy. Half of him she could see, identify him very well, his facial features, everything else. Said he was a teen in his teens.
Mm-hmm.
I think that she got the idea that his name was Zeke for some reason or other, or maybe that may be the other name for Dave or a nickname that they had for him. But this guy was very visible to her. And it looked like he was rolling something in his hand, like a cigarette or something. He had his head down, and they kind of bumped into each other. And she was startled, and then she said the look on her face, on his face, was startled also, because it was like going, "Holy crap, she saw me," or something. You know? And then he took a step forward and disappeared and ran through her to get out of the basement, and she was blocking the way. And lesson learned: do not block doorways. But anyway, she had quite the experience. Yeah. So, but
I think that happened.
Maybe it was the same person. There is a David that has always been like a protector there. He's a very large person. A lot of people see him as a large shadow figure. He's upstairs, downstairs, and he can be sometimes a little aggressive, but he's not that aggressive. He is not towards women, and he was married to a lady there. He doesn't. I don't talk to him a lot like I used to, but you know, that's the way it is. Some of them tell you a story and they kind of go away, and then they come back later or whatever. And I also haven't heard from his wife in a long time. So
there's certain times of the year when we get certain names, and then we don't hear them again until that time of year comes back around.
You got to remember something, that so many things happen. You know, we talk about February when the 9,000 and the 5,000 Union soldiers were there. But remember that area, all that time, you know, if you're there in March, April, it's weird then. There's something that way. Then you've got May, late May, and then in September, in August, there's something that happens in August. And if you look back in history of the stuff that was happening around Franklin and all the troop movements and everything else, you know that they were being visited all the time by people.
Right.
And some of those people weren't great. And then what happens after the war? Then you have the carpetbaggers and all the other stuff that happened, you know, and people still to this day don't get it that there's more than one child there, because, or two children, because there was 3 plantations actually in that area. And it was kind of like a co-op back then. If you're going to have to survive, you're going to have to rely on your neighbors and everything else, like we used to a long time ago. And I think that's something that we all ought to think about doing in the future. If you need help, you ought to be able to help your neighbor. You ought to be able to help your loved ones and your friends be able to accomplish and get to the point where they need to get to. But so you had the Triple Pines right across the street. You had the Hampton Hall right kind of next to the hall. All had massive properties. All were a plantation, and you had Octagon Hall sitting in the middle of it.
Yep. So, and you know, not to mention all the stuff that happened on that property before all of that started.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And, you know, and you got on Palo Indian and everything else. Yes, I agree with you, Mike Walker. Different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
But interesting stuff. You know, it is so many things happened out there. So many different things happened. So it's all covering all that time, all those time frames. And they don't all come together at the same time. So they're floating around, and as you're going through the time warp, if you will, that as I call it, or that veil coming through at that time and getting closer and fading in and out, of course you're going to have totally different things happen there at the hall. But the UFOs and the aliens and the Bigfoots and those other weird things are there, seems like, all the time.
Yep.
You can get something like that every darn minute because of the 37th parallel. But yeah, so Beth Allen, true. Beth, why don't you give us a little bit of guidance tonight? We'd love to hear you put down something on here that you'd like to get other people to hear. Octagon Hall can be a time machine if you allow it to show you. It's amazing how it shows you things. And
Yes, it is.
and you are so right. It is. And all you have to do is be respectful, put your place there, take in the hall. I mean, so many people don't get to see the hall as the ones who fall in love with it. And sometimes the hall picks you. I know that sounds weird to a lot of people, but it does, you know.
Yeah, so and yes, Ada, it is.
Are normally at the hall. Yes, I can't tell you how many strange things we've seen there. And if you look at Tonya and Billy's smile on their face and what they're looking at.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's a 10-4 on that.
You never know what you're going to get.
No.
Right. It's like a box of chocolates.
Yep. And we've definitely had our oh shit moments.
Nancy Holland, how you doing?
And we've had our chocolates too. Thank you, Frankie.
Yes, Frankie. Yeah. And so, you know, we're just we're blessed to have everybody all around, people who love to be at the Octagon Hall come around. It's just
all of you for joining in and watching us.
Yeah. We're just normal people. We put our pants on everybody else does. We're nobody special. And we just thank you for giving us the time to be able to talk to you. And we love you all. It's so special. It is a very, very special time. And,
absolutely. And coming out and hanging with us at the hall.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And we love for you to hang with us at the hall.
Oh, yeah.
Even though I'm getting old and can't do all the things I used to do, I still love to see people come and say hi, hang out, and just get your ghost freak on. You know, so very, very happy and pleased and thankful for everybody who offers their support to Octagon Hall. You know, well, what do you guys want to talk about? Not getting any hot questions out of the chat room, so where would you like to take it?
You want to take it to consciousness, don't you?
Oh, you know how I am. I'll take it to a light worker type of deal or a spiritual warrior type of deal. You know, so question for the group. You know, you hear the word light worker a lot, don't you? Well, so what is a light worker? I'd love to have your opinions on that. And what does a light worker do? And
are you asking us or are you asking the audience?
I'm asking everyone, the audience, anyone that wants to participate. This is an equal opportunity. You know? And are there different types of light workers? And if you think there are, tell us some about it, and we'll talk about it, because they are very special human beings in this world, and they have a purpose. And some of them have been sent and are touched by visitations from aliens. Some of them are old souls that are traveling around here for a purpose to lighten up the world and bring healing energy to all kinds of people.
Mm-hmm. And we all do things differently.
And we do all do things differently. But, you know, that's the reason why you also have to be able to know what kind of light worker you are, because there's so many different types, you know. And that's why we do things differently. You know, you and Billy and I and some of the team have always worked together, even though we're different in each way, but we cover the whole broad spectrum, you know. And we always know when we're going into battle, where everybody is, and how we are going to share that wonderful light and beam it to help people find their way onward. So,
Yep. And it's not about trying to one up the next person. It's about
you check
for
the ego at the door, because if you got an ego and you think that you're going to be like, you're not a light worker, you are just might as well toss that off to the side. It's something that you're trying to play with to convert or make other people follow you, and in that way, and it doesn't happen that way.
Right.
We see it happen with psychics. We see it happen with paranormal investigators. We see it happen all over the country, all over the world, in governments, anyone, So all we do is we want to elevate the awareness of the intuitive powers that is within your soul.
Yeah.
Get you where you need to be. So anybody got a question or a thing on that? And I'm sorry, I've been kind of stuck on light worker stuff lately. I hope people understand that, because we're trying to push this world to a better place, and it's very important for us to do that. And,
Tara says, how do you know if you're a light worker?
Well, that's an interesting thing. First of all, you have to decide what a light worker is. And, when you're doing that stuff, Tara, light workers are, like I said, are a very special person. And so light working is pretty simple. I mean, a light worker feels the urge to help humanity, I guess the simplest way you could describe it is that light workers, as a being, feel an enormous pull towards helping others. If you are out and you think you need to help other people, and in these words now, we've heard so many catchphrases like star seeds, earth angels, crystal babies, indigos. Yes, that's just terms for other things, but it's the urge that you have that pull to want to help others and do something great in the world and help other people find their way to the light and being a spiritual being. So you volunteer to kind of act like a beacon, and you commit yourself to the serving humanity. That is basically what a light worker does. They can offer great, kindness, compassion. There's so many different things that you are. You also have the ability to feel living people in distress, and it normally happens from a young age. You might have been, as your kids, you might have just been starting to rescue several animals and stuff. I mean, there's people out there that have under cats or dogs, and they are so sensitive to them and everything else. That could be a pulling of a light worker. They tend to be very sensitive, and in that same right, they feel sadness, and they feel the anguish and misery that dwells around the earth around them, and they want to help people be able to lift that up and pull that cloud off so that misery goes away. That's the part of helping people. It is driven by an eternal guidance, kind of like, I guess, the best way that I can describe it.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them are just about, they get together and there's a coordinated effort to kind of weigh, when you have negative energy around you, light workers can just bust that right apart and use their positive energy to change the situation and offer healing powers to others. It's all about going inside yourself, talking to your, a lot of people say heart, I say soul, because everything that was brought to you is here. Some people are awakened by other entities from out of the vast cosmos, and believe me, they're there. And that's shocking to them because it takes them back. And the same thing, becoming a light worker will be shocking to you because you realize and you know things that you have no way to know it because you're dipping into that collective consciousness pool, and drives such a sense of compassion, and actually you feel good after you, you're going to go, wow, I'm going to pray for that person. I'm going to wish them the best. I'm going to help them in any way that I can. And when you get two or more together, you can move mountains. Somebody.
Yeah. Chanel says that light workers can feel other light workers.
That is true.
Those. Yeah. She said, and also can feel those who are not true light workers, but have ulterior motives.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the whole ego thing too. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the ego thing.
And it's a personal motive that they have it for. Their own personal growth, not anything else.
Yeah, they're more concerned about, I want to be, I need the attention. I need this. Well, you're giving a light, but your light is totally not bright and not of goodness.
Right.
Your light is dim, and it's like, not to quote the Bible a lot, and it's been written by a man, it's been changed thousands of times, but there are some very interesting things in it. And it's kind of like, you kind of, when you bear your own fruit as a tree, you have fruit. And the fruit that you bear and drops on the ground and makes seeds does what? It shows you it may die and wither. Well, that's because your attentions and your energy was wasted. If it is a great piece of fruit and you're known by your fruit, then what happens? That fruit grows and spreads and feeds many. That's what it's about,
Yep.
I talked to, and Terry, you were asking other things about light beings and light workers, and how do you know? It's very important to know that there are so many different types of them. You could be a light worker, you can be a spiritual guide and a healer. They are, driven to serving people, in this earth, and helping them and healing them using mentally, emotional, physical, and spiritual approach to following, to understanding and helping them reach a higher perspective and feeling the emotions of others. They avert pain and hurt within minutes of spending time with people or animals. It's just kind of like they come around, you see them, and they may touch you, they may do something, and everything goes, and everything's better. And you have the opportunity to look at that. Their frequencies are higher. Raise your frequency above the fear frequency. Earth's natural hum is 432 frequency, about 7.8 hertz, 8.0 hertz. Human resonance, look at that. You can see some things with that and how it make you feel and change. They're also very, a spiritual guide and a healer is sensitive towards pain. They can become very fatigued and overwhelmed if they are making these conscious tendencies. And people who are that kind of category are going to be like your nurses, your caregivers, psychologists, all that kind of stuff fall into that kind of category. you know. Then you got the psychics and the seers. Those are also light beings, and they're here to elevate awareness of the intuitive powers that we all have, you know, and help others develop their psychic sights to be able to go beyond the material form and the illusion that we have now. So very interesting. And as we know, we have several that psychic seers that also help out quite a lot. There is also what we call a grid worker and a gatekeeper. They're interesting people also, you know. They awaken hearts in sacred places in the earth. And those grid workers and gatekeepers are more of an advanced light worker and who specialize in clearing work, you know. Their role is to open the interdimensional guidelines, you know, open and let light and love throw through everything. You know, there are the very special things. They can even be mediators. A lot of them are very diplomatic. Yoga instructors can be them. They encourage peace, kindness, fairness, and positive energy for all beings. You know, it's kind of cool. Then I hope you guys don't mind me talking about this because I'm kind of enjoying
Not
it.
at all.
I hope that you are getting something out of it. Then you have the class of group. You know, you can have guides and messengers that are also light workers, and those light workers are spreading important messages to the world. All right. You know, they concentrate their efforts in areas where there is inner light and magnetic presence, and they can make a great impact on communicating the message of love, peace, and spiritual awakening and enlightenment to massive people to get them to understand that it is that way. You know, motivational speakers do this. Some bloggers, artists, teachers, you know, life coaches, you know, they're striving to help humanity through words, actions, you know, just like I'm doing right now. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm passing a message to you and hopefully that you see it. So is Billy and Tonya in several different ways. You know, there's manifestors. You know, everybody hears about manifestation. There's light workers that do that. They are the divine blueprint creators. I mean, look at that. How does that set you back? Can you imagine that?
Mm-hmm.
These are the people, the type of light workers that are experts in channeling intergalactic energies to attract what they want. Okay. And their mission is to make the world a better place and peaceful place by enabling that manifestation to wake the collective consciousness for all of humanity. That's how they work, you know. And imagine you could be one of those. You just have to search.
You can feel it too whenever
right
all come together.
Right.
That's exactly right. When you have
you'll have a permagran.
Exactly. Very much so true, Billy. You're so right. We see it happen with us. You see how some of the work that we do, some of the things that happens. You can have transmuters. I mean, transmuter, that's kind of like going, oh, a transmuter. Well, they're neutralizers, basically. You know, they specialize in dispelling negativity. They want to neutralize the area. They work in balance. They want to bring balance back to the world, you know. Serena Jenny reminds me of a transmuter a lot of times because she has a lot of different abilities and she works in a lot of different areas. But her collective conscious version is for helping people release and heal negative karma. You know, those ancestral lines that go back, those things that you've done that you may not know that you've done about. And she is wonderful at doing that. You'll know other people that do that, and through words and everything else. But she also falls in several different categories. Your adventures and your ascension guides, light workers can be those people who are always looking for the new possibilities. They're driven in the belief that things, the better things get, one just looks beyond the obvious. They're along with the ascension guides, they work towards creating higher interdimensional possibilities and broadening your vision for the future. That's another part of a light worker. There can be dreamers and travelers. There's so much, and so when we say light workers, yes, you may be one. Don't worry if you're not. There's a place inside of you all over the place. You just have to look inside of yourself to be able to really be able to grab that,
Mm-hmm.
So I guess end of my summary, end of my grandstand and sitting at the pulpit on the thing. But, in summary, light workers are awakened beings who bear the highest interest of all living things on earth in their minds. And they hold a distinct core for kindness within themselves and vibrate a high level of energy that just kind of enables things to be positive and support others through their struggles. And we are going to be coming up with a lot of struggles up here, So if you're destined to be a light worker, I would suggest that you would. A lot of people hear me say this. You'll hear Charlie Ward say it. You'll hear all kinds of different people say it. Turn into yourself and search within your soul and determine whether channeling your inner light out in the world is one of your life's missions. And if it is, then you, my friend, are a light worker, and we look for you to do great things to help others. Anybody have any comments about that? People think Bear's gone nuts. Yeah, just something I wanted to share. Sorry, I didn't want to bore you all with it. Everything else?
No, there was a completely different conversation going on.
Oh, was there?
Yeah.
That means I missed a lot.
It's okay.
That's a good.
I was replying to it as well. But Christy Moorhughes says, "What if someone you really care about is not good for you to be around? They take advantage of you."
There are those people that will do that, and you're not gonna.
You can care about them and not. You don't have to be around them.
It's kind of like this, I guess. And Billy,
small doses does make a difference.
It does, but you have to set personal boundaries and not let them cross your personal boundaries without being nasty or anything. You can still set those.
Right. Well, look at it this way. There are people out here that, look, I have been labeled a conspiracist theory, a nut for many, many years. And I've been through all kinds of different things and seen all of this. And some people hear the message and they understand it. And some people don't. And they get to come back and maybe they'll ask again. Or maybe they go to somebody else and try to find the answers. But the best thing you can do is always remember, if they don't have the best interest in your heart, pray that you can change them. Pray that and not. I mean, I'm not saying waste their time, that they find someone and we give them the message. You've got to keep those people close, because as things happen, especially if they're with families and their loved ones that you care about, you have to cushion them for when it's time that all this stuff changes, because that's when they're going to look for you. And if they are there, then you can help them. If they don't want to be to you, then that's kind of like the thing. There's a lot of people out here that we use and abuse, and that's what we call an energy vampire. They suck you dry. And
move on.
You just don't feel good when you're around them.
Right.
You can have all the respect, you can have all the great things about them, but what do they want to do? They are the narcissists, the other people that say the things that they do. They're the ones that will be around you, take your energy, and then crush you 5 minutes later. And it's just one of those things. It's a very wonderful thing. Just don't ever give up on anybody, and understand that maybe you're not the one that's going to save them. Maybe somebody else will. And just keep that in your mind. But also keep that distance away, so that you are protected from that kind of energy, because that will hurt you. And when you are hurt, what happens? Your energy and your frequency go down. Pain, everything causes
Your
that.
vibration is changing.
Yep. And you want to keep that all
Yep.
up.
Because once they start breaking you down, it's harder to come back up.
Yes. Yeah, and that's the great thing about having other people in a family to talk about those kind of things, to offer us and bring and let us allow us to help you and stimulate you in a higher way towards helping others and all that other good stuff. I mean, it's all about us as a group. It's all about everything. So, Tara, you are more than welcome, and thank you, and for allowing me to answer that question and allowing me to talk on and ramble some kind of way. So, Brandon says, kind of what we do.
And yes, Chanel, it does change the energy.
Can definitely
Get away from the energy vampires.
Yep. And be aware that there's going to be people out there that are going to call you energy vampires. They're going to call you terrible things. They're going to say, that is a narcissist. That's this. This is this. And all they're doing is hurting themselves. They're trying to hurt you, but they're
trying to project that onto you.
Right, exactly. And unfortunately, that comes back to them. And if you look at their lives, it's normally not a pretty thing. Karma is karma.
Right.
So
it does come around.
Yeah, it does. It does. So again, thank you all for listening to that, and I hope it was good. What else you seeing on the chat room?
I know Beth was saying she has to adult early in the morning.
Good night, Beth.
Yes, good night, Beth. In fact, we're going to end it because I've got to go back up to the hall and do some with an investigative team to watch over them tonight. They've asked for a little help, so we'll be heading back up that way for a minute or two, see how things are going with them, hear some stories. But remember, we got some, unfortunately, everything is sold out for the hall, but look for other things. You can come and tour the hall Wednesday through Saturday, 9 o'clock. Now, there's going to be some changes here and I'll announce that too. It's not all the way through on all of the channels, and it's not changed on the website yet because I've got to do that, or Isaac's got to do it, and we have been slammed. But this is the new hours as of today and as of this week. Octagon Hall will be open from 9 o'clock till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. you may come there and you may find a sign on there. We had to go to lunch or we had to do something, because if we do have to go to a meeting or if we do have to pick up supplies, we normally do it during lunchtime because that's when less people are there. But most of the time we've been staying at the hall, and it allows people to come there and do it. So it's more open hours. If you don't have anything to do, then you can come in and do it. And we're not going to be gone a long time. If you see the sign that says, went to the store, we're coming right back. So just hang out there and enjoy the property, and we'll be there to open up and give you a tour. But the new hours will be Wednesday through Saturday, 9 to 3 in the afternoon. And we'll be planning on keeping that right now through the whole year. I don't know what we're going to be doing during winter time here, but normally we've kept it open all the time. So we'll be there for you. Hunts for the paranormal investigator. And again, I apologize. This is not a place for a beginning place for somebody to get their jollies and say, oh, this sounds like a great place to come and rent for a night. No, it's not. Octagon Hall can be a serious place. You don't want this to be your first and only nightmare. And it can definitely be that. So remember, we're a museum also. We love seeing everybody. We like making friends. We try to be nice people. So come see us. And again, all the ones that are here, and we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to my ridiculous ramblings.
Oh, whatever. It's not ridiculous.
I hope that it's something that it will help others. So, and we love you all. We're out at this end. You got any guys things to say? You want to close it up for us?
Good night, everyone. We love you.
Keep shining your light.
Yep.
Exactly. Let it be bright. And we love you all. And hang in there. We're all in this thing together, and we're all working for a better way. So God bless you all. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Into the Far.